Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that will change the way you think about progress and success. The hardest part of achieving anything you desire isn't the work. It's the first step. Taking that first step requires you to push yourself because the hardest part is not the journey, but the courage to begin. Most people wait for the perfect moment, for the right conditions to align, but here's the truth: perfect moments don't exist. You can't wait for everything to line up perfectly. You can't wait for the motivation to hit you like a lightning bolt. You must decide that now is the time. Taking the first step is an act of faith in yourself, faith in the process, and faith that each step forward will bring you closer to where you want to be. You may not see the entire staircase, but by taking that first step, you'll start moving toward what's possible. And once you start, the momentum will carry you. It's like pushing a boulder. At first, it feels impossible. But the more you push, the easier it becomes. The first step is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the thinkers from the achievers. It doesn't matter how big or small that first step is. What matters is that you make it. Because when you push yourself to take that first step, you unlock your potential to accomplish great things. Remember, every successful person started with one decision to take that first step. It's time for you to make that decision today. Push yourself. Take that first step. You are capable of more than you know, but you'll never realize it until you start moving. The journey begins with one decision, one action. Without that first step, nothing happens. Success isn't waiting for the right moment. It's about making the moment right by acting. The hardest part is getting started, but once you start, you'll find it easier to keep going. You don't need to see the whole path. Just believe in yourself enough to take that first step. Every great accomplishment started with a small, often insignificant action. Fear often holds us back. But once you take the first step, you'll see that failure is just a part of the process, not the end. The biggest resource you have is yourself. Push yourself to take action, and everything else will follow. Without action, all the planning, the vision, and the desire mean nothing. It's the first step that turns potential into reality. Taking that first step might be uncomfortable, but remember, it's the effort that leads to success. The first step is a commitment to yourself and your future. Once you make that commitment, everything else falls into place. The first step is the most powerful move you'll ever make. It's the defining moment that separates those who dream from those who achieve. The reason most people never reach their full potential isn't because they lack talent, knowledge, or resources. It's because they never take that first step. They wait for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or the perfect plan. But here's the truth: if you wait for everything to align before you take action, you'll wait forever. That first step is what sets the course of your journey. Once you take it, everything starts moving, and the road ahead becomes clearer with every step you take. You may not see the full path, you may not know exactly what's ahead, but the act of stepping forward signals your commitment to the journey. It says, I'm ready to do what it takes, even if I don't have all the answers right now. The first step also builds momentum. It's like pushing a boulder. At first, it's heavy and hard to move, but as you keep pushing, it starts to roll on its own. You don't need to have all the answers at the beginning, but once you take that first step, the answers will start to appear. The road doesn't get easier because you've planned it all out. It gets easier because you've decided to move forward no matter the obstacles. That first step is where the journey begins, and every great achievement, every successful venture is nothing more than a collection of first steps taken by people who made a decision to act. So don't wait for the right moment. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Take that first step, and the rest of the journey will take care of itself. Many people spend their lives waiting for the right moment. They tell themselves that once the conditions are perfect, once everything is lined up just right, then they'll take action. The problem is, perfect conditions rarely come. In fact, they're an illusion. If you wait for everything to be in place, you'll wait forever, and time will pass you by. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances are constantly changing. The only thing you can truly control is your own decision to act. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, you're missing the point. The moment is never perfect. It's your willingness to act that makes the difference. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you can stop waiting and start moving. There's a saying that a good plan executed today is better than a perfect plan executed next week. What that means is simple action is what brings results. It's not about waiting until everything aligns. It's about taking the first step and adjusting as you go. In fact, the act of moving forward creates the momentum and clarity you need to refine your approach. As you take action, the road will reveal itself, and you'll learn what works and what doesn't. You'll learn from the mistakes, course correct, and grow stronger in the process. Waiting for perfect conditions only leads to missed opportunities. You'll find that every step you take opens up new possibilities. The conditions may never be perfect, but they'll always be right enough for you to begin. Don't let fear of imperfection hold you back. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll end up stuck in the same place forever. Instead, act now and let the conditions improve through your commitment, effort, and growth. Action is the spark that ignites everything. Without it, nothing happens. It's easy to sit back and think about your goals, to plan, to analyze, and to dream. But the truth is, none of that matters unless you take action. It's like having the best car in the world, but never starting the engine. You'll never go anywhere unless you make it move. And once you start moving, the power of momentum kicks in. In the beginning, action feels like the hardest thing. You might hesitate, doubt yourself, or wonder if it's the right time. But once you take that first step, everything changes. You build momentum, and momentum makes everything easier. What once seemed impossible becomes manageable. The more you act, the more you realize that the obstacles you feared are not as insurmountable as you thought. You learn to deal with them as they come, and with each challenge you overcome, your confidence grows. Momentum is what turns a small effort into a bigger success. It's what transforms good intentions into real results. It's easy to stop once you start, to give in to fear or doubt, but momentum is what makes it easier to keep going. The more you do, the more you want to do. It's the feeling of progress that keeps you going, even when you face setbacks or difficulties. The key is to keep moving forward. As you take more action, the momentum grows, and it starts to carry you. It's the engine that drives your success. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Don't wait for the perfect time to act. Just start. Even if it's a small step, once you begin, you'll start building momentum, and soon you'll be moving faster than you ever thought possible. The first step creates the momentum, and that momentum will carry you through every challenge, every setback, and every doubt you face. Action breeds momentum, and momentum breeds success. Believing in yourself is the foundation of everything you will ever accomplish. If you don't have faith in your own abilities, in your own potential, then nothing you try will ever get off the ground. You might look at others who have achieved great things and think that they have something you don't, that they're more capable, more gifted, or more lucky. But the truth is, the only difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their belief in themselves. Self-doubt is the greatest enemy you'll ever face, and if you let it control you, you'll never get anywhere. You must decide that you are worthy of success, that you have the strength, intelligence, and perseverance to achieve whatever you set your mind to. When you have faith in yourself, you give yourself the permission to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to keep going even when the road gets tough. You don't need to know exactly how everything will turn out, but you must trust that you will figure it out along the way. When you have faith in yourself, you no longer need the approval of others. You don't need their encouragement or their validation. You trust in your own judgment, your own abilities, and your own process. Others may doubt you, and that's okay. What matters is that you have unwavering belief in your own potential. And that belief will carry you through the hard times, the failures, and the setbacks. Belief in yourself doesn't mean you have all the answers or that you'll never make mistakes. It means that you trust yourself to handle whatever comes your way. It means that you understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and that no matter how tough things get, you will rise above it. When you make that decision to believe in yourself, to trust your instincts and your ability to overcome obstacles, you give yourself the power to create a life of success. It's not about waiting for the world to tell you that you can succeed. It's about knowing deep down in your core that you can. Faith in yourself is the starting point for everything. Without it, you'll always hold back. With it, there's nothing you can't achieve. Success doesn't happen all at once. It's not about making one giant leap, but about consistently taking small, deliberate steps every single day. The idea that you need to make huge moves or have massive breakthroughs to see results is a myth. In reality, it's the small, consistent actions that compound over time and lead to the big results you're after. When you focus on small steps, you take the pressure off yourself to accomplish everything at once. You stop getting overwhelmed by the enormity of the task and start making progress little by little. It might not seem like much at first, but trust me, those small steps add up. They build momentum. They lay the foundation for bigger achievements. Think about it like saving money. If you start by saving just a little bit every week, over time, that small amount grows into something much bigger. It's the same with your goals. Every small effort contributes to the bigger picture. The key is consistency. Small steps don't need to be perfect. They just need to keep moving forward. The compound effect of consistent action is what creates massive results. The little things you do each day are like seeds planted in a garden. They might not show results immediately, but over time you'll see growth. You'll start seeing the fruits of your labor as those small steps accumulate into big results. What people often miss is that it's not about grand gestures or extraordinary feats. It's about doing what you can where you are with what you have. Don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect strategy, or the perfect resources. Just take the first step and then keep going. Small steps, when done consistently, will carry you further than any big leap could. The results come over time, and often they come when you least expect it. The key is to stay on the path, keep taking those small steps, and trust the process. Eventually, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. What started as a few small actions has now turned into something significant. So don't underestimate the power of small steps. They may seem insignificant, but over time, they'll produce extraordinary results. Fear of failure is one of the greatest barriers to success. It holds people back from taking action, from trying new things, and from stepping out of their comfort zones. The irony is, failure is not the enemy, it's actually the teacher. But for most people, the fear of failing is so paralyzing that it keeps them stuck, never moving forward, never learning, never growing. The truth is, failure is not the end. It's a part of the process, a stepping stone toward success. Every successful person has failed many times, but the difference is they didn't let failure define them. They didn't let it stop them from trying again. The fear of failure keeps you in a state of inertia. You start second-guessing yourself, overanalyzing every move, and eventually you do nothing. But here's the key: in action is the true failure. It's not the mistakes you make along the way, it's the moments you don't try at all. To overcome the fear of failure, you have to shift your perspective. Instead of seeing failure as something to avoid, start seeing it as a lesson, as a necessary part of growth. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to improve, and to get one step closer to your goal. The real failure is in giving up and walking away without trying again. When you understand that failure isn't a reflection of your worth, but simply part of the journey, it loses its power over you. You stop fearing the unknown, and instead you embrace it. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you're bound to make mistakes, but that's how you get better. The most successful people don't fear failure, they fear not trying. They fear staying stuck in the same place, never knowing what could have been. You have to be willing to risk failure in order to succeed. The people who achieve the most are the ones who are not afraid to fail, because they know that each failure brings them closer to mastery. They understand that success is not the absence of failure, but the perseverance to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you fall. So the next time fear of failure creeps in, remind yourself that failure is not the enemy. It's simply feedback, it's part of the process, and without it, there is no progress. Embrace failure, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Overcoming the fear of failure is not about eliminating fear, it's about taking action despite it. Only then will you unlock the true potential for success. You are the most important asset you will ever have. Your mind, your abilities, your drive, these are the resources that can propel you to success. Too many people look outside themselves for solutions, for opportunities, for validation. They search for the right circumstances, the perfect situation, or someone else to give them a chance. But the truth is, the greatest resource you'll ever need is already inside you. Your mind is a powerful tool. It can shape your reality, determine your success, and chart your course in life. What you think, believe, and focus on will ultimately determine the quality of your life. The problem is, most people don't realize the power they have within themselves. They let fear, doubt, and outside influences control their thoughts, which keeps them from tapping into their true potential. You have the ability to learn, to grow, to adapt, and to overcome challenges. Your skills, your knowledge, and your experience are all things that you can continually improve. The more you invest in yourself, whether it's through education, practice, or self-development, the more valuable you become. You have the power to create opportunities, to open doors, and to find solutions to any problem. No one else can take that away from you. The decisions you make, the actions you take, and the way you choose to develop yourself are what will determine your success. What you do with yourself is what matters most. It's not about waiting for someone else to make you successful. It's about taking responsibility for your own life and investing in your greatest asset, you. You are the one who has the power to change your circumstances, to improve your skills, and to reach new heights. There's no one else you need to rely on but yourself. Too often, people sell themselves short. They doubt their abilities or feel like they don't have what it takes, but that's the kind of thinking that keeps you stuck. You have everything you need to succeed. You just have to believe in your own potential and put in the effort to make it happen. So treat yourself like the valuable asset that you are. Invest in your personal growth, nurture your skills, and continue to believe in your ability to achieve great things. When you recognize that you are your own greatest asset, everything changes. You stop looking for external validation, and you start relying on your own strengths. You stop making excuses and start making progress. The truth is, the greatest investment you can ever make is in yourself. The results will speak for themselves. You can have the best plans, the most detailed strategies, and the grandest vision, but if you don't take action, none of it matters. Action is what turns dreams into reality. It's what separates those who talk about success from those who actually achieve it. The truth is simple: no action means no results. You can sit around and think about what you want to achieve, but unless you get up and do something, nothing will change. Too many people spend their time planning, thinking, and imagining success, but they never take that crucial step forward. They wait for the right time, the right circumstances, or the perfect opportunity. But here's the harsh reality: there is no perfect time. The right circumstances rarely come on their own. You have to create them by taking action. It's not about waiting for everything to fall into place. It's about stepping into the unknown and trusting that you'll figure it out as you go. You learn by doing. Action is the bridge between intention and achievement. It's easy to make plans, to set goals, and to envision success, but without taking action, those plans are just dreams. The key to making those dreams a reality is doing the work. You don't need to have everything figured out from the start. You don't need to have all the answers. What you need is the courage to take the first step. Once you do, the results will start to show up. Even if you make mistakes along the way, it's better than doing nothing at all. The truth is, many people fail not because they lack talent or ability, but because they fail to act. They let fear, doubt, and hesitation hold them back. They let perfectionism paralyze them. But the only thing that guarantees failure is inaction. Action, no matter how small, always moves you closer to your goal. It's the consistency of action that leads to long-term success. So stop waiting for the right moment and start taking steps toward what you want. The first step might be difficult, but once you begin, the momentum builds. Each action you take moves you closer to where you want to be. You'll learn, you'll adjust, and you'll improve. But the key is to start and to keep going. Without action, there are no results. The time to act is now. Get moving and watch as the results start to follow. Success doesn't come by accident. It's not something that just happens because you wish for it or because you have great ideas. It requires consistent effort day in and day out. Too many people expect success to come easily, but the truth is that success is earned. It's earned through hard work, persistence, and the willingness to put in the effort when others are taking shortcuts or giving up. Effort is the foundation of achievement. No one becomes successful without putting in the work. It's not enough to just talk about your goals or dream about your future. You have to do something about it. The effort you put in is directly tied to the results you get. The more you put in, the more you get out. If you want to reach high levels of success, you must be willing to work harder, smarter, and longer than most people are willing to. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the amount of effort they're willing to invest. Success isn't about talent or luck, it's about the efforts you consistently put in over time. Sure, there are factors outside your control, but the one thing you can always control is the effort you put into your goals. You must be willing to make sacrifices, to push through when things get tough, and to keep going when it feels like you've hit a wall. The path to success is not a straight line. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But those who succeed are the ones who are willing to keep going, even when the going gets tough. Effort doesn't mean just working harder, it means working with purpose. It's about aligning your efforts with your goals, being intentional with your time, and prioritizing the actions that will bring you closer to your vision. It's easy to get distracted by all the things that don't matter, but success requires focused effort. The key is to commit to the process, knowing that the results will come if you keep pushing forward. The truth is, no one is going to hand you success. It's not something you can sit back and wait for. You have to get up, work hard, and earn it. And while success doesn't happen overnight, every step you take, every bit of effort you put in, brings you one step closer to your goal. Effort is what makes success possible. And without it, you'll never reach your full potential. So if you want success, be ready to put in the effort, because that's the price you must pay for greatness. Commitment is the force that drives success. Without it, no goal is achievable. It's easy to talk about your dreams, to set goals, and to make plans. But what sets those who achieve their goals apart from those who don't is their level of commitment. When you commit to something, you're not just saying you want it. You're saying you're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. You're giving yourself no exit strategy, no backdoor, no escape route. You're all in. Commitment means showing up every day, even when it's tough, even when things don't go as planned. It's easy to stay committed when things are going well, when everything is moving forward as you expected. But true commitment is tested in the difficult moments, when the road is rough and the results are slow to show up. That's when most people quit. But the ones who succeed are the ones who stay the course, who remain dedicated even when it feels like they're not making progress. What you commit to shapes your future. If you commit to your goals and to the process, you'll find a way to make them happen. Commitment is the driving force that fuels persistence. It keeps you moving forward when doubt creeps in, when challenges arise, and when you feel like giving up. Those who succeed don't let setbacks stop them. They let their commitment propel them through the tough times. They understand that success is a journey, and the only way to reach the destination is through commitment. Commitment also requires consistency. It's not enough to make a decision once and expect results. You have to commit every single day. That's where most people fall short. They start with enthusiasm, but they don't have the staying power to follow through. Commitment means doing the work, even when it feels monotonous or hard, knowing that every small effort adds up to big results over time. It's about creating habits that align with your goals and sticking to them no matter what. When you commit, you also take responsibility. You're not waiting for someone else to make things happen for you. You own your decisions, your actions, and your results. Commitment means you're in charge of your own success. You stop making excuses and start making progress. The moment you truly commit, you put yourself on a path to success. It's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about taking action, doing the work, and staying committed through the highs and lows. So if you want to succeed, commit. Don't just talk about your dreams. Don't just make plans. Commit to the process and the outcome. The road might be long and it might be hard, but your commitment will be the fuel that keeps you going. Success is not for the half-hearted. It's for those who are willing to put in the work, who are willing to make the sacrifices, and who are willing to commit fully to their vision. When you do that, nothing can stop you.